The sensation of déjà vu is something we've all experienced at some point in our lives. It's that brief, inexplicable moment when everything feels familiar, as if we've already lived that scene, smelled that scent, or spoken those words. It's as if reality momentarily unveils a deeper layer, a connection to something beyond the here and now. But what does this mysterious phenomenon truly mean? Is it merely a trick of the mind, or could it be an echo from the many lives we've lived before? From a scientific perspective, déjà vu is often explained as a glitch in the brain's processing, an overlap between short-term and long-term memory. It's as if the brain, for some reason, stores the present moment as a past memory, creating the illusion that we've been there before. While this explanation is intriguing, it falls short of addressing the emotional and spiritual depth that often accompanies these moments. It's not just a sense of familiarity, it's a calling, a whisper that seems to come from a place far beyond our conscious mind. In spiritual traditions, déjà vu is understood very differently. It's seen as a glimpse of past lives, a moment when the veil between the present and the past becomes thin enough for us to feel the continuity of our soul. Imagine your soul as a river, flowing endlessly through different lives and experiences. Déjà vu would be like small waves bringing fragments of past waters to the surface, reminding us that we are so much more than this current existence. These moments can arise in seemingly trivial situations, but their depth should not be underestimated. They can act as triggers, awakening spiritual memories or signaling that we're on the right path, aligned with our soul's greater purpose. For example, meeting someone for the first time and feeling an instant connection might be your soul recognizing a bond from another life. These encounters aren't mere coincidences. They are invitations to explore the ties that bind us beyond time. Déjà vu can also be a reflection of unfinished lessons. Perhaps the familiar situation you're in now is a repetition of something you began in a past life but still need to resolve. These memories don't come to us as a complete film or detailed narrative. They are more subtle, like sensations, intuitions, or fragments of memory that surface to guide us. When experiencing déjà vu, ask yourself, what am I feeling at this moment? Is there something here that resonates deeply with me? These moments may contain clues about who you are, what you're learning, and what your soul wishes to accomplish. By opening yourself to these reflections, you can access the transformative potential of this experience, using it as a tool to connect with your higher essence. While science and spirituality offer different perspectives on déjà vu, they don't have to be mutually exclusive. Science helps us understand the workings of our mind and brain, while spirituality invites us to explore the mystery of our soul. By combining these two approaches, we create a bridge between the material and the ethereal, between what can be explained and what can only be felt. The veil of forgetfulness is a key piece in the grand mystery of existence. It is the invisible boundary that prevents us from consciously accessing the memories of the many lives we've lived before this one. For many, this may seem like an unfair barrier or even a punishment, but through a spiritual lens, we understand that this forgetfulness is actually a divine blessing. It protects us from the overwhelming weight of everything we've been and done, allowing us to focus on the present moment with a freer, more open mind. Imagine for a moment what it would be like to carry all the memories of past lives. Every mistake, every pain, every triumph, and every relationship still alive in your mind. It would be like trying to traverse a dense forest while carrying an unbearably heavy burden. The veil of forgetfulness offers relief, allowing us to begin each life with a sense of renewal. It gives us the opportunity to fully live in the now without being constantly pulled back into the past. Spiritually, this forgetfulness is designed to help us learn the lessons of each life without distractions. If we remembered everything, we might become trapped in regrets or attachments that would hinder our growth. The soul's higher purpose is not to retain the details of each existence but to assimilate the lessons and integrate them into our being. What truly matters are not the events themselves but the universal truths that emerge from them, the wisdom, love, compassion, and inner strength that we carry from one life to the next. This idea connects to the metaphor of the sculptor and the stone. Each life is a new opportunity to shape the raw stone, removing the excess and revealing the inner beauty. The veil of forgetfulness ensures that we can focus on this task without being distracted by what has already been sculpted in previous lives. It invites us to start with a new block of stone, free from the marks of the past, yet still carrying the skill of the sculptor, refined over many lifetimes. Although the veil prevents us from consciously accessing memories, it doesn't entirely erase our connection to past lives. The lessons and energies of previous experiences remain within us, influencing our instincts, natural talents, and even our challenges. For example, a skill you easily master might be an echo of something you practiced in another existence. Similarly, unexplained fears or repetitive behavior patterns could reflect situations that have not yet been fully resolved. Accepting the veil of forgetfulness is also a lesson in trusting the divine plan. It reminds us that we are exactly where we need to be and that we have the tools necessary to overcome the challenges of this life. The answers we seek aren't buried in distant memories. They are within us, accessible through intuition, self-knowledge, and spiritual practice. At the same time, the veil challenges us to approach life with curiosity and humility. Every person we meet, every situation we live, is a piece of the puzzle that helps us understand who we are and what we are here to learn. We don't need to remember all our past lives to honor our journey. We only need to open ourselves to the lessons of the present moment. The soul is like an eternal traveler, moving through the vast cycle of birth, death, and rebirth in a continuous journey of learning and evolution. This cycle, known as reincarnation, is not a random or mechanical process. It is an expression of the soul's deepest purpose, a reflection of the divine desire to grow, heal, and return to its highest essence. Each life we live is like a chapter in a cosmic book. Every chapter brings new settings, characters, and challenges, but the central theme remains the same: spiritual growth. Reincarnation gives us the opportunity to explore different aspects of ourselves, to live experiences that expand our understanding of love, compassion, courage, and truth. It allows us to start over, not as punishment or repetition but as an act of grace, an invitation to align our actions with our highest purpose. At the heart of this cycle is the concept of karma, often misunderstood as punishment or reward. In reality, karma is the mechanism of universal balance, a way of harmonizing the energies we create through our choices and actions. Imagine a stone being thrown into a calm lake. The ripples that form are the reflection of the initial action. Karma works in the same way. It reflects back to us the energies we emit, not to judge us but to teach us. It is, in essence, a tool for learning. Over lifetimes, we carry both positive and negative karma. The positive is felt as talents, opportunities, and deep connections that support us on our journey. The negative may manifest as challenges, blocks, or difficult relationships. However, both are opportunities for growth. Every experience we live, whether of joy or pain, offers us a chance to choose how to respond, to choose love over fear, forgiveness over resentment. Reincarnation also deeply connects us to one another. We don't travel this cycle alone. We often reincarnate with groups of souls who share similar purposes or interconnected lessons. These connections create the bonds that shape our families, friendships, and even challenging relationships. Each interaction, no matter how brief, has the potential to teach us something about ourselves and what it means to love unconditionally. Think of each life as a spiritual training ground. Some are born into difficult circumstances, others into favorable ones, but each setup is designed to provide exactly the experiences the soul needs to grow. Sometimes we are placed in situations that challenge us to break old patterns or face deep fears. Other times we are called to expand our gifts or serve in a broader way. Each life is carefully planned, not by external details but by the learning opportunities it offers. Yet reincarnation is not only about individual learning. It is also about contribution. As we grow spiritually, we begin to realize that our purpose is not just to elevate ourselves but also to help elevate others. In each life, we have the chance to leave the world a little better than we found it, whether through an act of kindness, a creation that inspires, or simply our authentic and loving presence. This cycle of reincarnation continues until the soul reaches a state of wholeness, where there is no longer a need to return. This state is often called enlightenment, liberation, or oneness with the divine. But this goal is not something distant or unattainable. It is built moment by moment, through every choice we make to live with more love, awareness, and authenticity. Déjà vu is one of the most intriguing phenomena we experience, seemingly defying our conventional notions of time, memory, and reality. For those seeking scientific, spiritual, or a combination of both explanations, déjà vu serves as a fascinating bridge between the material and the metaphysical. It invites us to question what we truly know about our mind, soul, and the universe we inhabit. From a scientific perspective, déjà vu is generally understood as a glitch in memory processing. Neuroscientists suggest it may occur when our brain registers a new experience in two separate areas simultaneously, one responsible for immediate perception and another for long-term memory. This creates the sensation that something we are currently experiencing has already happened. It's as if our mind is playing a trick on us, confusing novelty with familiarity. While this explanation is fascinating from a neurological standpoint, it doesn't fully encompass the emotional or spiritual depth that often accompanies déjà vu. There is something about this sensation that seems to transcend a simple brain error. It compels us to look inward, to question whether we are truly living only in the present or if our soul is accessing something far greater. Spiritually, déjà vu is often interpreted as a glimpse of past lives or an alignment with the soul's purpose. It can be seen as a moment when the veil of forgetfulness, typically separating our present consciousness from spiritual memories, becomes briefly translucent. In such moments, we may sense the continuity of our existence, as if touching eternity for an instant. These experiences can be subtle messages from the universe, confirming that we are exactly where we need to be on our journey. One spiritual theory that complements science is the idea that déjà vu reflects the soul's recognition of its path. Imagine that before birth, you outlined a spiritual blueprint for this life, including major lessons, encounters, and experiences. When you align perfectly with this blueprint, you may feel déjà vu, a sense of having been there before because, in a way, you have. These moments can serve as reminders that you are on the right path, aligned with what your soul intended to achieve. Another fascinating perspective is that déjà vu may reflect parallel dimensions. Some quantum theories suggest that multiple realities coexist, and déjà vu occurs when two of these timelines momentarily overlap. In this context, déjà vu would be an echo of another version of yourself, living a similar experience in a parallel dimension. For a brief moment, our consciousness might touch another layer of reality. Déjà vu can also carry deeper emotional and spiritual significance. Many people report that this sensation comes with a moment of clarity or a sense of comfort, as if they are being guided. This feeling may be an invitation to reflect on the present moment and explore what it is trying to teach. It's as though the universe is winking at you, saying, "Pay attention. There's something important here." A powerful way to work with déjà vu is to see it as an opportunity for introspection. When you feel this sense of familiarity, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what is happening around me? How do I feel? What might this experience be trying to show me? Even if no immediate answers come, this practice of mindfulness can help you remain open to the subtle lessons these moments offer. The coexistence of science and spirituality in the context of déjà vu reminds us that we don't have to choose between these two approaches. Both offer valuable insights. Science helps us understand the brain's mechanisms, while spirituality invites us to explore the mysteries of the soul. Together, they create a richer, more expansive view of existence. Karma as a mechanism of balance and learning is most clearly revealed through our human relationships. It is within the connections we form, whether with family, friends, partners, or even strangers, that karmic lessons often manifest. These bonds, especially the challenging ones, hold the power to teach us profound truths about ourselves, others, and what it means to love unconditionally. Have you ever wondered why certain people enter your life so significantly, sometimes bringing joy and support, while at other times causing pain and conflict? Difficult relationships, in particular, often serve as the clearest mirrors of our karma. They reflect the energies and patterns we still need to understand and transform. Karma in human relationships is like an invisible thread connecting past choices to present experiences, offering opportunities for mutual growth. Consider, for instance, a relationship marked by conflict and hurt. While it may initially appear to be a source of suffering, it also represents an opportunity for healing and reconciliation. This connection might have roots in past lives, where unresolved energies await balance. Perhaps there is a lesson of forgiveness or compassion that both souls need to learn. The challenge, then, is not a punishment but a call to break old cycles and create something new and harmonious. Karma, however, does not only manifest in challenges. Relationships characterized by love, support, and synchronicity can also be expressions of positive karmic connections. These bonds remind us that, just as we reap difficulties, we also harvest the rewards of loving and conscious choices made in the past. They serve as reminders that karma is not only about correcting imbalances but also about celebrating the harmony and blessings we have built. In both cases, Forgiveness plays a crucial role in working through karmic relationships. When we forgive, whether ourselves or others, we release the energy that binds us to the past. Forgiveness doesn't mean justifying or forgetting actions that hurt us. It means choosing to let go of the emotional weight we carry because of them. It is an act of liberation both for the forgiver and the forgiven. Practicing forgiveness is like removing a heavy stone from your soul, allowing it to rise to a lighter, more expansive state. Think of a difficult relationship you are facing now. What lesson might this experience be trying to teach? Where is there room for forgiveness and acceptance? These questions may be challenging, but they are essential for transforming karmic energy into something that nurtures your growth. In addition to forgiveness, unconditional love is another key element in resolving relational karma. Loving without conditions does not mean tolerating harmful behavior or neglecting your boundaries. It means recognizing the divinity in yourself and others, even when it is obscured by circumstances. This kind of love transcends fleeting emotions and connects us to the greater purpose of each relationship. Discernment also plays a vital role. Not every karmic connection requires immediate reconciliation. Sometimes the lesson is to establish healthy boundaries and prioritize your well-being. This too is a form of love, for yourself and for the other person, because it prevents cycles of pain from continuing and allows both sides to grow in ways only possible with distance. Karmic relationships challenge us to see beyond the surface, to seek the higher purpose behind every interaction. They ask us to be honest with ourselves, to recognize our patterns, and to make conscious choices that reflect who we truly wish to be. At their core, karma is not about punishment or reward but about evolution. Spiritual connections go beyond what the eyes can see and the heart can initially comprehend. Interwoven by the invisible thread of purpose and learning, these relationships bind us to souls who, like us, are on journeys of growth and transformation. Among these connections we find soulmates and soul groups, forming networks that transcend time and space, appearing in different lifetimes to support, challenge, and help us evolve. Soulmates are often romanticized as perfect, conflict-free relationships, but spiritually they are much deeper and more complex. A soulmate is not just someone with whom we feel a strong emotional bond but a soul who shares a common spiritual purpose with us. These connections often transcend romance. A soulmate can be a friend, mentor, family member, or even someone who deeply challenges us yet awakens hidden potential within us. Have you ever met someone who seemed to know your essence deeply from the first moment? A connection so natural and intense it felt as though it had crossed centuries? This type of meeting is often associated with soulmates. It's as if your energy recognizes theirs, like old friends reuniting in a new journey. These connections are often accompanied by déjà vu, indicating that the souls have walked together before in different forms and lives. Not all soulmate relationships are easy or harmonious. Many times, these connections arise to challenge and break patterns that keep us stuck. For example, a soulmate may enter your life to teach you how to love yourself, even when facing rejection or pain. At other times, they help you overcome fears or limitations carried over from past lives. These challenges are not punishments but opportunities for mutual healing and growth. Beyond soulmates, there are soul groups, collectives of spirits who reincarnate together repeatedly, each playing different roles throughout lifetimes. Imagine a group of actors who, life after life, perform different plays, alternating roles as villains, heroes, mentors, and learners. These soul groups share a greater purpose, collaborating so that all members learn the lessons they need and advance on their spiritual journeys. These dynamics are often observed in family bonds and deep, lasting friendships. Perhaps you have a friend or family member with whom you feel an inexplicable connection, a sense that no matter what happens you'll always be linked. These relationships are rooted in shared experiences from past lives, and each reunion is an opportunity to strengthen the bond or resolve unresolved energies. On the other hand, some members of our soul group may come into our lives to challenge us in difficult but transformative ways. These could be the people who push our boundaries, test our patience, or trigger our emotions. Yet, at their core they are catalysts for growth. These connections require patience, compassion, and sometimes the courage to set boundaries. They teach us that even in moments of conflict, there's a greater purpose at play. The practice of unconditional love is essential in navigating these spiritual connections. Recognizing that each soul is playing a role in our growth helps us cultivate empathy and gratitude, even in the most challenging relationships. Unconditional love doesn't mean accepting everything passively but rather seeing beyond behaviors or circumstances to connect with the other's divine essence. Another powerful aspect of these connections is coevolution. When you grow spiritually, the souls around you are also impacted. Soul groups often share interconnected lessons, and when one member progresses, they pave the way for others to do the same. It's a cycle of mutual elevation, a dance where each step contributes to collective progress. Ultimately, these spiritual connections remind us that we are never alone on our journey. Even in the toughest moments, when it feels like no one understands us, there are souls walking alongside us, some visible, some unseen. They guide, challenge, and, above all, remind us that we are part of something much greater. Accessing past life memories is like diving into the depths of the soul, where fragments of previous experiences await revelation. It's not just a curious practice, it's a process of healing and self-discovery that can illuminate behavioral patterns, bring clarity to recurring challenges, and offer a broader perspective on your life's purpose. By connecting with these memories, you're exploring the roots of who you are, unlocking dormant wisdom that still influences your choices and paths. There are several ways to access past life memories, and each individual may find an approach that resonates deeply with their energy. One of the most effective and accessible practices is deep meditation. During meditation, you create an inner space of tranquility, a receptive state where your soul can begin to reveal glimpses of the past. To explore past lives, one technique is to focus on the third eye, the area between your eyebrows, while visualizing a portal of light or a door leading to soul memories. With patience and clear intention, you may start receiving images, sensations, or even fragments of stories that feel familiar but aren't from your current life. Another powerful tool is hypnotic regression, guided by a qualified professional. During a session, you're brought into a deep state of relaxation, where your conscious mind quiets and your soul can access past life memories. These sessions often reveal surprising details, from settings and people to intense emotions that feel incredibly real. The goal isn't just to relive these experiences but to integrate them, understanding the lessons they offer for your current journey. Dreams are also portals to spiritual memories. When we sleep, our minds detach from daily distractions, allowing the subconscious to connect with deeper dimensions. Have you ever had a dream where you were in a different place or era that felt strangely familiar? These dreams could be echoes of past lives, and keeping a dream journal can help you identify recurring patterns or messages from these dreamlike moments. Another approach is to pay attention to the signs and feelings in your daily life. Sometimes, past life memories manifest subtly, like an inexplicable attraction to certain cultures, languages, or historical periods. Perhaps you feel a deep connection to a place you've never visited or have an unexplainable fear of something you haven't experienced in this life. These feelings can be clues to past experiences still echoing in your soul. Being attentive to these details is a way to start decoding the messages your soul is trying to convey. Practices like journaling or reflective writing can also be helpful. Ask yourself, what lessons am I learning from the challenges I face today? Is there something that feels larger than this life? Writing without judgment can reveal patterns or insights pointing to something beyond the present. Writing allows you to access your intuition and unlock parts of your subconscious that usually remain hidden. Connecting with nature can also facilitate this process. Walking barefoot on the earth, meditating under trees, or simply spending time silently in nature can align your energy with cosmic memory. Nature has the power to ground us and reconnect us with our essential being, creating the ideal space for spiritual memories to emerge. While these practices can reveal much, it's essential to approach them with patience and an open mind. Past life memories don't surface as a linear movie. They're more like puzzle pieces, each offering a new perspective. Sometimes, the memories may come as feelings or symbols rather than complete scenes, and that's perfectly fine. The goal isn't to force answers but to allow them to unfold at the right time. Most importantly, remember that these memories are not here to trap us in the past but to liberate us. They are tools to better understand ourselves and help heal and transform patterns that no longer serve us. By exploring your past lives, you can make peace with what was and create space for what is yet to come. When we begin exploring past life memories, we often encounter something even more vast and enigmatic: the possibility of parallel dimensions. This idea, which seems like science fiction, actually has deep philosophical and spiritual roots. It suggests that our soul is not confined to a single timeline or reality but may simultaneously experience other existences in different dimensions. These experiences can intersect with our current consciousness, bringing insights, déjà vu, and even fragments of lives we haven't lived in this reality but that still feel strangely familiar. Imagine time not as a straight line but as a vast ocean where each drop represents a possibility. In this model, every choice we make, every path we take or avoid, creates a new wave, a new dimension. In some of these dimensions, we're living entirely different lives, perhaps as artists, scientists, warriors, or healers. In others, we've made opposite choices to those we've taken here, exploring the consequences of paths left behind in this life. It's possible that the echoes of these other dimensions resonate in our current reality, appearing as inexplicable sensations, intuitions, or even visions. The concept of parallel dimensions is intrinsically connected to the soul's multidimensional nature. Our spiritual essence is not limited by time or space. It is infinite and expansive, capable of existing across multiple planes simultaneously. The past life memories we access may actually be reflections of experiences in other dimensions, where we're exploring lessons similar or complementary to those of our current life. These echoes can arise to offer wisdom or remind us that we are far more expansive than we imagine. Some spiritual traditions describe these dimensions as planes of existence, each vibrating at a different frequency. Our consciousness, which is highly sensitive and fluid, can tune into these frequencies during meditative states or through intense experiences like lucid dreams, moments of deep intuition, or even déjà vu. These moments aren't accidents. They're windows into realities that coexist with ours, inviting us to expand our understanding of what it means to be an evolving soul. Quantum physics also offers fascinating insights that align with these spiritual ideas. Concepts like the multiverse and string theory suggest that many realities coexist and that our current perception is just a tiny fraction of what exists. This isn't merely a scientific curiosity, it's evidence that reality is far more complex than we can comprehend. Combining these concepts with spiritual knowledge, we start to see how personal experiences, déjà vu, intuitions, visions, can reflect an interconnected, multidimensional universe. If we accept the possibility of parallel dimensions, a powerful question arises. How do these realities affect our current journey? The answer may lie in how we integrate the lessons from our different experiences. Every dimension in which our soul operates is like a facet of a diamond, contributing to the full brilliance of who we are. While our consciousness is focused on this life, it's enriched by the energies, learnings, and achievements of other dimensions. This subtle exchange is one reason we sometimes feel inexplicably drawn to certain ideas, places, or people. They might be echoes of our experiences in other realities. To work with the concept of parallel dimensions, it's essential to cultivate an open mind and a receptive heart. Practices such as meditation and visualization can help you tune into these frequencies, allowing fragments from other dimensions to surface. During these practices, you might ask yourself, what can I learn from these realities? How can I integrate this wisdom into my current life? Even if the answers aren't immediate, the intention to open yourself to these possibilities is already a powerful step forward. Another useful practice is paying attention to your dreams. Dreams often act as bridges between dimensions, bringing insights and messages that we can't access in our waking state. If you've ever dreamed of being someone completely different or living in a strange, detailed world, you may have touched a parallel reality. Keeping a dream journal can help you identify patterns and connect more deeply with these experiences. Parallel dimensions remind us that we are multidimensional beings, travelers in a vast, interconnected cosmos. When we open ourselves to this idea, our perspective of ourselves and the universe expands. We begin to understand that we are not confined by the circumstances of our current life but have access to an infinite reservoir of wisdom, energy, and possibilities. Love and forgiveness are transformative forces that transcend time and space, acting as keys to karmic liberation and spiritual evolution. They connect us with our highest essence and remind us that no matter how complex and challenging the soul's journey may be, everything is grounded in the pure energy of love. In the context of past lives, parallel dimensions, and karma, love and forgiveness are not just virtues but practical tools for healing wounds, breaking cycles, and achieving inner peace and spiritual expansion. Love, in its purest form, is the fundamental energy that sustains all creation. It is not limited by conditions or circumstances. It is the invisible thread that unites all souls. When we align ourselves with this energy, we realize that love is not something to be earned or given sparingly, but something that has always been within us, waiting to be recognized and shared. Unconditional love challenges us to see beyond actions and appearances, to recognize the divinity in all souls, even in those who have hurt us. This is one of the most difficult and profound lessons we can learn. In karmic relationships, especially the most challenging ones, love is the bridge that allows us to transcend judgment and separation. It reminds us that every encounter, no matter how painful, carries the potential to bring us closer to the highest truth of who we are. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is the act of releasing the weight of the past. It is a conscious choice to let go of pain, hurt, and resentment that tie us to situations and people. In the karmic context, forgiveness is a powerful tool for breaking repetitive patterns and resolving unresolved energies from past lives. When we forgive, we not only free the other person but also liberate ourselves, creating space for new energies and positive experiences to enter our lives. Often, forgiveness is misunderstood as accepting or justifying harmful behavior. However, forgiveness does not mean ignoring or minimizing pain. Instead, it invites us to acknowledge what happened, honor our feelings, and then choose to release the emotional weight we've been carrying. Think of forgiveness as an act of spiritual self-preservation, a gift we give ourselves to reclaim our energy and align with our essence. In the context of past lives, forgiveness can extend beyond this lifetime. Perhaps you've encountered relationships or situations where the pain seems disproportionate to what has occurred in the present. These may be echoes of karmic bonds, unresolved energies that continue to influence your journey. By practicing forgiveness, you break these bonds, freeing not only yourself but also the souls involved, allowing everyone to move forward on their respective paths. Love and forgiveness are deeply interconnected. When we love unconditionally, forgiveness becomes natural because we recognize that everyone is learning and growing. Similarly, when we forgive, we create space for love to flow freely into our lives, unburdened by hurt or resentment. Together, love and forgiveness help us transcend the ego and reconnect with our divine nature. Practicing love and forgiveness requires courage and vulnerability. It means being willing to look within yourself, confront your shadows, and make conscious choices that elevate your vibration. To cultivate these practices, start with compassion. Ask yourself, how can I view this situation or person through the lens of love? What can I learn from this experience? This perspective shifts the focus from pain to growth, transforming challenges into opportunities for evolution. Meditation and visualization are powerful tools for working with love and forgiveness. During meditation, visualize yourself enveloped in a loving light, allowing this energy to fill every part of your being. Then, imagine the people or situations you wish to forgive bathed in the same light. Feel the weight being released, replaced by a sense of peace and freedom. This process may take time, but each step in this direction is an act of deep healing. Love and forgiveness not only free us from karma but also help us live more fully in the present. When we release the past, we become more open to the abundance of possibilities that the present moment offers. They remind us that, no matter what we face, our true essence is light, and this light is fueled by the love we give and receive. Remembering past lives is a journey into the deep and mysterious territory of the soul. These memories are not mere curiosities about who we were, they are keys to understanding who we are today. When we access fragments of our previous lives, we're not just revisiting old stories, we're uncovering lessons, healing emotional wounds, and discovering a greater purpose that guides our current existence. Spiritual memory doesn't function like the linear memory of daily life. It's more like an energy field containing emotions, patterns, and experiences that resonate within our being. When we tap into these memories, often through intuition, dreams, or conscious practices, we find answers to questions we didn't even realize we were asking. Why do certain fears seem irrational and persistent? Why do we feel an inexplicable attraction to certain places, cultures, or eras? Why do we repeat patterns of behavior or connect deeply with certain people? Past lives offer clues to all these questions. One of the greatest gifts of remembering past lives is emotional healing. Often, the pain we carry in our current life has roots in unresolved experiences from previous ones. For example, a persistent feeling of rejection might echo a life where we were excluded or isolated. A deep, irrational fear of water might be tied to a traumatic event in a past existence. By accessing these memories, We can name these wounds and work to release them, bringing relief and clarity to our present life. Additionally, past life memories can help us overcome fears and blocks that limit our growth. By confronting these energies from the past, we realize they don't define us and that we have the power to transform them. For instance, if in a past life you faced challenges related to self-expression, you might now fear public speaking or emotional vulnerability. Recognizing this origin can help you release the weight of that block and find your voice. Another powerful benefit of remembering past lives is discovering the greater purpose of your soul. Each life we live is like a chapter in a cosmic book, and every chapter contributes to the larger story we're writing. When we access these previous chapters, we can begin to notice recurring themes, lessons we continue to explore, gifts we repeatedly bring, and callings that echo through time. These themes help us understand why we are here and how we can align our lives with the highest purpose of our soul. For example, perhaps you've always felt drawn to helping others but never understood why. By accessing a past life, you might discover that you were a healer, teacher, or spiritual leader in another existence. This memory can strengthen your confidence in your abilities and reinforce your sense of mission in this life. Remembering past lives also allows us to honor spiritual connections. Sometimes, we recognize people from past lives in our current existence, especially those with whom we share deep, inexplicable bonds. These encounters are not coincidences. They are reunions, opportunities to continue stories that began long ago. Recognizing these connections helps us value these relationships and work with greater intention to heal or strengthen them. Practices like meditation, hypnotic regression, and dream analysis are effective ways to access these memories. However, it's important to remember that the goal isn't to relive the past but to integrate it. True healing happens when we use the lessons from these past lives to grow and evolve in the present. Accessing past life memories isn't just about exploring what has been. It's a pathway to align with what is yet to come. Each lesson learned, every wound healed, and every insight revealed helps us move forward with greater clarity and purpose. When we look at the past with compassion and curiosity, we transform our stories into stepping stones for growth. A guided meditation practice to access past life memories is a deeply transformative journey, allowing you to explore the most subtle layers of your soul and uncover answers that have been waiting to be revealed. This meditation is not about reliving the past but connecting with the lessons, energies, and themes that have shaped your essence. The practice requires a space of tranquility, an open heart, and a curious mind, ready to embrace what arises without judgment. This meditation unfolds in three main steps: purification through breath, opening the spiritual portal via the third eye, and heart expansion with love and forgiveness. Each step is designed to guide you toward a profound state of receptivity and spiritual connection. The practice begins with purifying the mind and body through conscious breathing. Sit in a comfortable place with your spine straight and close your eyes. Begin to inhale deeply through your nose, feeling the air fill your lungs and cleanse any tension or distraction. Hold the breath briefly, and as you exhale slowly through your mouth, visualize all worries and scattered thoughts being released. Repeat this cycle several times, allowing your mind to calm down. Imagine that with each breath, you are creating an internal space that is clean and luminous, like an empty room where only the purest energies can enter. During this step, you can mentally repeat a simple affirmation such as, "I open myself to the wisdom of my soul," or "I am at peace with what was and what will be." With your mind purified, bring your attention to the area between your eyebrows, known as the third eye. This is the center of intuition and spiritual vision, where we can access dimensions beyond the physical. Visualize a small point of light in this area, shining brightly like a star in the night sky. As you focus on this point of light, imagine it beginning to expand, creating a golden portal before you. This portal is a safe and protected access to the memories of your soul. Feel the energy around it, recognizing that you are about to enter a space of profound knowledge and healing. If you wish, you can use a more specific visualization. Imagine an ancient door adorned with symbols that feel familiar, or a mirror reflecting not just your physical appearance but your spiritual essence. Trust in what arises. As you pass through this portal, maintain a clear intention to access only the memories that are helpful and relevant to your current journey. As you explore what lies beyond the portal, it's essential to keep your heart open. Visualize your heart as a flower, slowly blooming with each breath. Feel yourself surrounded by a soft, comforting light that brings safety and unconditional love. This light is the universal energy that sustains all souls, reminding you that you are protected and guided. As memories begin to surface, whether in the form of images, emotions, or even physical sensations, allow yourself to embrace them with curiosity and acceptance. If you encounter something challenging or painful, visualize the light from your heart enveloping that memory, bringing healing and forgiveness. Mentally say, "I release what no longer serves me and welcome the wisdom of this experience." If the memories are fragmented or vague, don't worry. Sometimes they appear as pieces of a puzzle that will only come together over time. The practice is not about obtaining complete answers immediately, but about opening a channel for your soul to communicate with you. When you feel the journey has concluded, visualize the spiritual portal gently closing, safely guarding the memories until you are ready to explore them again. Bring your focus back to the present moment, feeling your feet firmly connected to the ground and your natural breathing rhythm. Before opening your eyes, express gratitude for everything that has been revealed, whether it was much or little. After the meditation, take some time to write in a journal. Note any images, thoughts, or emotions that arose during the practice. Even if they don't make immediate sense, these fragments may transform into valuable insights over time. Practicing this meditation regularly is like cultivating an inner garden. Each time you return to this space, new seeds of wisdom and healing begin to sprout. Be patient with yourself and trust that your soul will reveal exactly what you need at the right moment. The soul's journey is an eternal cycle of learning, healing, and expansion. Everything we explore, from déjà vu and past life memories to spiritual connections, karma, and the practice of love and forgiveness, reminds us that we are travelers on a vast ocean of experiences, navigating to become the best version of ourselves. Every aspect of this journey is an opportunity to remember who we truly are, a divine essence connected to the universe, pulsating with purpose and meaning. Remembering past lives isn't about losing ourselves in what was, but about finding ourselves in what is. The memories we access are invitations to integrate parts of ourselves that were left behind, heal the wounds that have followed us, and transform the patterns that limit us. They show us that we are not at the mercy of fate but are co-creators of our reality, capable of changing the course of our lives by aligning our choices with the wisdom of our soul. The veil of forgetfulness, far from being an obstacle, is a divine gift that allows us to focus on the present moment, where the most important lessons unfold. It challenges us to trust the process, seek answers within ourselves, and realize that even without conscious remembrance, everything we need is already held within our essence. The journey is not about accumulating knowledge but about transforming wisdom into action, becoming more compassionate, loving beings aligned with our truth. Our spiritual connections and karmic ties are mirrors reflecting what we need to see, heal, and embrace. Every relationship, whether joyful or challenging, is a piece of the puzzle that helps us know ourselves more deeply. When we practice forgiveness, we free not only others but also ourselves, allowing the energy of unconditional love to flow freely in our lives. This love, in its purest form, is the foundation of all that we are and all we are here to learn. As we explore parallel dimensions, we begin to understand that time and space are illusions of the mind. We are multidimensional beings, existing simultaneously in different planes and realities. Each choice, each experience, and each memory intertwines to create the tapestry of our evolution. These dimensions invite us to expand our consciousness and see beyond the limitations of the physical world, connecting with the infinite potential of the soul. Ultimately, the spiritual purpose of remembering is not about the past itself but about how we use these memories to elevate ourselves in the present. When we access who we were, we better understand who we are and who we can become. The practice of past life meditation, along with other spiritual tools, is a doorway to self-knowledge and alignment with our greater purpose. Each time we enter this sacred space, we strengthen our connection with the universe and become more whole. Now, as we conclude this reflection, I invite you to look at your life with new eyes. What in your current journey reflects lessons you may be carrying from other times? What patterns or fears are ready to be released? And above all, how can you use this wisdom to live with greater authenticity, joy, and purpose? Remember, you are an eternal soul, connected to the divine, full of possibilities and potential. Every step you take, every choice you make, is shaping not only this life but also the spiritual legacy you leave for yourself in the universe. Trust the process, open yourself to love and forgiveness, and know that your soul's path is unique but never lonely. You are always being guided even when you don't realize it. If this message touched your heart, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments about the soul's journey and past life memories. Your participation helps strengthen this spiritual community, where we can grow, learn, and illuminate the world with our experiences together. Thank you for being part of this transformative journey. See you in the next stage of your awakening.